When doing new Kegel exercises 1. Perform pelvic nutation exercise while performing pelvic breathing. This is a frontal view of the pelvis, lumbar spine and both femurs. The pelvis is connected at the top to the lumbar spine and at the bottom to both femurs. Let's look at the bones that make up the pelvis, then the lumbar spine and femurs. The pelvis consists of the sacrum, coccyx, and 2 hip bones. You are viewing the sacrum and the coccyx. This is the right hip bone. The hip bone is formed by the fusion of the ilium, ischium and pubis. You are viewing the hip bones consisting of the ilium, ischium, and pubis. The lumbar spine consists of 5 lumbar vertebrae. This is the right femur. The femur can be divided into the proximal end, the shaft, and the distal end. You are viewing the proximal end of the femur. The bones that make up the pelvis are connected by joints. The pelvis is also connected to the lumbar spine and both femurs by joints. The sacrum, coccyx, and 2 hip bones are connected by joints. And these joints allow the bones that make up the pelvis to move. The sacroiliac joint is an articulation between the sacrum and the ilium. The sacrococcygeal joint is an articulation between the sacrum and the coccyx. The pubic symphysis is an articulation between the left and right pubic bones. The pelvis is also connected to the lumbar spine and both femurs by joints. And these joints allow the pelvis to tilt forward or backward. The lumbosacral joint is an articulation between the fifth lumbar vertebra and the sacrum. The hip joint is an articulation between the hip bone and the femur. The movement, like nodding one's head, is called nutation. When the sacrum and both hip bones are nutated, the pelvis is nutated. First, let's take a look at the sacral nutation. The boomerang-shaped part is the articular surface of the sacroiliac joint. The axis for sacral nutation passes just behind both sacroiliac joints. You are viewing the axis for sacral nutation. Sacral nutation is a nodding movement of the sacrum. During sacral nutation, the sacrum tilts forward while the top of the sacrum rotates forward and the bottom of the sacrum rotates backward. This time, let's take a look at the hip bone nutation. The anterior superior prominence of the ilium is called the anterior superior iliac spine. And the inferior prominence of the ischium is called the ischial tuberosity. The anterior superior iliac spine and the ischial tuberosity are located on opposite sides of the hip bone. The axis for hip bone nutation crosses the center of the femoral head. Hip bone nutation is a nodding movement of the hip bone. During hip bone nutation, the hip bone tilts inward while the anterior superior iliac spine rotates inward and the ischial tuberosity rotates outward. Assuming that the cylinder passes through the pelvis from top to bottom, the entrance is called the pelvic inlet, and the exit is called the pelvic outlet. When the sacrum and both hip bones are nutated, the pelvis is nutated. During pelvic nutation, the diameter of the pelvic inlet decreases and the diameter of the pelvic outlet increases as the pelvis tilts forward.